Hello everybody, my name is Lucas, and today I'll be teaching you everything you need to know about Bangkok in Hitman. Bangkok is the fourth map of Hitman 1, the fourth map of the World of Assassination trilogy. The main mission that goes with this map is Club 27, where 47 is tasked with taking out Jordan Cross and Ken Morgan. Background: Jordan Cross was born November of '92 and the sole son of media mogul Thomas Cross. He grew up very privileged but with an absent father. He wanted to pursue a music career, so went to study at St. Claremont's in London. After graduating, he would move back to New York where he would found his indie rock band The Class, with him as lead singer, Heidi Santoro as guitarist, and Quentin Moriarty as drummer. His band began to garner popularity, and Jordan finally began to step out of his father's shadow. Around this time, Jordan began dating aspiring British actress Hannah Highmore. Sometime in November of 2018, Hannah confronted Jordan about him cheating on her. Jordan became enraged and pushed Hannah off of his penthouse balcony, killing her. Jordan began to freak out and could only think of one thing to do, so he called his manager, Dexy Barrett, where it was revealed that the audio of the minutes leading up to the murder and the killing itself were recorded for some reason. Dexy promised she would take care of the recording for Jordan. However, instead, she held on to it, threatening to leak it to the public if Thomas didn't pay her a large sum of money. Jordan was seemingly unaware of this. She then told him to call his father, who he despised. Thomas, seeing this as a way to reconnect with his son, hired Ken Morgan, a powerful lawyer, to help get Cross acquitted, as well as using his political power on the NYPD to rule Hannah's death as accidental. Fun fact: while a lot of people think Cross's appearance is based off Jared Leto, I personally think it's Avi Kaplan, a former Pentatonix member. Background: Morgan. Ken Morgan is a prestigious New York lawyer under the employ of Thomas Cross as well as a majority of Providence. He was UK born and studied there, but moved to New York where he would found his law firm Morgan, Yates & Cohen. He got noticed by Cross after the 2004 Whitmore case, where a teenage girl was accused of murdering her sorority sister and blaming it on her cheerleading rival. He earned the nickname The Brick because of his toughness and rather blocky form. Fun fact: apparently he has never lost a case. Background: Bangkok. The Highmore family has contracted the ICA to take out Cross and Morgan as revenge for their daughter's death. It is only revealed after the contract that this was yet another hit ordered by Lucas Gray. 2 weeks after the contract, Thomas was kidnapped and killed after attending Jordan's funeral. This event finally keys Diana into the fact that all the contracts since September may be connected. She informs the board and launches an investigation. Bangkok layout. Bangkok's layout is distinctly split into three main areas: the lobby, B-wing, and A-wing. Jordan mostly hangs out on the upper floors of the A-wing on the left side of the hotel, while Morgan spends most of his time pacing outside and in the kitchen. However, if the On the House story mission is completed, he will spend all of his time in the Queen Suite. Unique NPCs. Bangkok is home to a whopping 14 unique NPCs, so let's have a look. Dexy Barrett is Jordan's manager. She used to work for a pesticide company as a chief logistics officer. She is known to have multiple ex-husbands. Fun fact: in the mission Three-Headed Serpent in Hitman 2, Paul P-Power Powers can be heard on the phone with his manager named Dexy, and this is presumed to be Dexy Barrett. Miss Mukjai is the manager of the hotel, and she is known for being very strict, firing employees for the slightest mistakes. She is also known to worship Thomas Cross as a god and can be knocked out for a master keycard. Abel Da Silva is a well-known drummer on the NY indie scene, being part of popular bands Death and Taxes and the Flat Earth Society. He's meant to be auditioning for the position of drummer for The Class, hence why he's in Bangkok. Fun fact: Death and Taxes and the Flat Earth Society are real songs by Kid Dynamite and Bad Religion, respectively. Heidi Santoro is a guitarist for The Class. She grew up in Elling, then went on to study at St. Claremont's where she met Jordan. She was the one who introduced him to Hannah, as they were very good friends before her death. Ever since her death, she seems to resent Jordan, however. After the events of Club 27 and Night Call in Hitman 2, it is revealed that she started a new band with the Class's old drummer Quentin and their new one, Abel Da Silva. Wes Liston is the music recorder for The Class. Otis Kaplan is Ken Morgan's personal bodyguard. He seems very interested in law as he asks Morgan many questions about it, but remarks that his morals would prevent him from being like Ken. Jackie Carrington is a former 90s sitcom star who was in Bangkok with director Chow Fei, who is known for reviving dead actors' careers. She has many ex-husbands, including Ken Morgan, and appears to sleep with anyone she can get her hands on, including a class crew member and even 47 if he approaches her in his default suit. Fun fact, she's the one that ordered the hit on the paparazzo, Kieran Hudson, in Paris. Bob is Miss Mukjai's assistant. Callum Burgess is part of the recording crew and was tasked by Dexy to deliver a secret envelope to the front desk, but got high instead and forgot. Keith McKenzie is a representative of the US Attorney's Office who just happens to be in Bangkok at the same time as Morgan. If he bumps into Ken, he will express his admiration for him and ask him for a job. Later on in The Farewell in Hitman 3, Yates mentions him, implying that he did in fact get the job. Tharn Sirasai is the head chef of the hotel. Fun fact, during the food critic Elusive Target, for whatever reason he is referred to as Chef Bernard. Benjamin Bertram is a stalker obsessed with Heidi Santoro. He can be found in the Queen Street observing Heidi from the window. And if anyone to his friend, it's revealed that his sister is stalking celebrities, as he seemingly stalked them before he ends in Club 27. Disguises. Bangkok houses only 12 disguises, with 4 being unique. Casual suit, which can be obtained by starting the mission. Abel de Silva, which can be obtained from Abel de Silva and allows access to everywhere in the A-wing minus the bedrooms. Exterminator, which allows access to the backyard, basement, and A-wing minus the security room and Emperor Suite. Groundskeeper, which allows access to the basement, staff-only areas, atrium roof, and A-wing minus the security room and Emperor Suite. Hotel security, which allows access to everywhere minus the recording studio. Hotel staff, which allows access to most areas minus the security rooms, atrium roof, VIP lounge, and Emperor Suite. Jordan Cross's bodyguard, which allows access to everywhere minus the security room and bedrooms of the Emperor Suite. Kitchen staff, which allows access to most staff-only areas minus the security rooms, reception, manager's office, and atrium roof. Morgan's bodyguard, which can be obtained from Otis Kaplan and allows access to the Queen Suite, but only once for some odd reason, as if you leave and try to return, you will be blocked off. Recording crew, which allows access to the A-wing minus the ground floor, Emperor Suite minus the bedroom, and Jackie Carrington's room. Stalker, which can be obtained by knocking out Benjamin Bertram, and I take back what I said last episode about Prisoner being the worst outfit, as the entire map is shoot on sight with this outfit on. So... Waiter, which allows access to the staff-only areas minus the security rooms, reception, manager's office, and atrium roof. Mastery. Bangkok's mastery is actually very good with some must-haves such as the modern emetic syringe, antique lethal syringe, and Krugermeyer 2.2, which is objectively the best pistol in the game. The challenges aren't too hard and are actually pretty fun at times. I highly recommend. Easter eggs. Elephants never forget. This is one of the most disturbing Easter eggs in the series, in my opinion. In the Queen Suite, there are 18 golden elephants that you need to shoot. Each time you do, you'll hear an elephant roar. Once you shoot the 18th, you'll hear an even louder roar. Next, head out of the building, and as you get closer to the lobby, the roars will grow more loud and frequent. After exiting the hotel, examine the 2 golden elephant statues to see that they are crying blood. La CUCARACHA. Start this Easter egg by dressing as the exterminator and talking to Miss Mukjai to get her to evacuate the Emperor's Suite. After waiting a while for everyone to leave, go to the recording studio and blend in with the keyboard. 47 will begin to play La CUCARACHA. After he finishes, another loud roar can be heard. Then go outside to see a massive cockroach in the distance. I despise this Easter egg. There are not many insects that I find gross, but cockroaches and scorpions scare the ever-living shit out of me. 47's weight. If you step on any of the scales in the hotel, it will say that 47 weighs 47 kilograms. Elusive targets. Bangkok has 3, technically 4 elusive targets, so let's learn about them. The ex-dictator. Richard Owensky was educated in France before taking over as dictator of Uganda from his father. Richard was very paranoid and ordered the purging of innocent people from the Kanhar Valley. NATO was pretty pissed off at this, and not long after, a joint Chinese-NATO task force invaded the country and deposed him from power, then exiled him. In the mission, you can overhear a phone call where he guesses that Adez Ujifor, another elusive target that we'll get to in a minute, was assassinated to lure him out. Not only this, but he correctly guesses that Adez was killed by the same person who killed Viktor Novikov and Dalia Margolez. He is heavily based off the former dictator of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Mobutu Sese Seko, the Gold Digger. Inez Owensky is Richard's wife, and 47 is tasked with taking her out at the same time as Richard. While initially, people thought she was marrying Richard for his wealth, in reality, she's a very sadistic person who is planning on becoming a dictator herself. She has friends in the finance ministry and military, and she's slowly planning on overthrowing the temporary Ugandan government and taking power for herself. The Warlord. Adez Ujifor is an African warlord going by the nom de guerre Enane Obra. She controls a lot of the rare earth trade in Western Africa. Over the past year, a French telecoms company has been trying to muscle her out, so she's been recalling her troops as part of a Fabian strategy. She is staying at the hotel with her son Kalu. She has sent him to Oxford in the UK to study, where he fell in love with a classmate named Sarah Cable. She dislikes Sarah and suggests having her killed to show Kalu how dangerous the world can be. In addition to killing her, the client also requests 47 to recover a USB that has the locations of all her troops. Fun fact, Richard Owensky remarks that she died of a heart attack, implying that 47 used some sort of poison to kill her canonically. The Food Critic. Wen Tensai is a Chinese food critic around the Pacific Rim. What sets him apart is the fact that he doesn't waste his time with things like texture or flavor, but instead the experience of the dish. He's known for being very harsh. During a visit in Shanghai, he live-streamed himself berating a chef for serving him a glass of water that was 2 degrees too cold. The chef then took his own life later that day. In Auckland, he spent an hour yelling at staff for failing to coordinate the color of the truffles on his plate. And in Tokyo, he spent an entire weekend shitting on every menu item in the Kabai Lounge. The contract was put out by the partner of the chef that took his own life, understandably. And that is everything you need to know about Bangkok in Hitman. So, I'm sorry that this video is late, but I've been incredibly depressed and unmotivated lately, so sorry about that. Besides that, I hope you like the new pacing. I know that removing the mission story segment may seem stupid, considering that was like most of the video, but the game literally tells you what to do, so I don't think you need to have me tell you that as well. But if you guys really do want mission stories, I will reintroduce them next week. Just let me know in the comments. Besides that, hope you like the new Easter egg segment. I've had the idea of doing the Easter egg segment since like Sapienza, but I've been hesitant to do it because I knew if I started doing it before Season 2, that would mean that I'd have to cover Hokkaido's Easter eggs. And Hokkaido is famous for having a bunch of really difficult Easter eggs. I think there are like, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there are 37 Easter eggs in Hokkaido. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. And I also hope that you'll join me next week as I pull out my hair trying to cover Colorado. Have a great day, folks.